Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Soft Spoken Scientist channel. I appreciate you guys stopping on by. I want to talk to you guys about our topic for the day, which is, counting protons, neutrons, and electrons, okay? We're doing exam-style practice. This is not a memorization video. This is how you think through these questions so you don't lose easy points. So I want y'all to memorize this part, okay? Protons equals the atomic number. Electrons equals the atomic number plus or minus the charge. Neutrons is a mass number minus the atomic number. Every exam problem comes back to these three rules. If you slow down and follow them in order, these questions will become free points. This is where students mess up. They rush, they guess the sign, or they forget that charge only affects electrons. So let's get started on a practice problem. How many protons, neutrons, and electrons are in neutral carbon-12? So the 12 here, when they give that to you, that means that's the mass number. Okay. So we know the atomic number of carbon from the periodic table is 6, which means protons is 6. And we see it's a neutral atom. So that means the electron is also 6, because protons would equal electrons if it's neutral atom. Now, neutrons has a formula, as I just mentioned, that is mass number minus atomic number. So the mass number of 12 minus the atomic number of 6. This is stuff you'll see on your periodic table. Then that would mean neutrons is 6. So we got neutrons is 6. Protons is 6, electron is 6. Nothing fancy yet. This sets the baseline. Let's look at problem 2. How many electrons are in calcium? Okay, so calcium's atomic number, use your periodic table. Calcium's atomic number equals 20. All right, which would mean what for protons? That it's also 20. Positive charge means electrons were lost. So it's minus 2 actually. So for electrons, we're going to do 20 minus 2. Make this the opposite. So it's 18 electrons. The final answer then is electrons is 20. This is where people lose points. They add instead of subtract. Positive charge means electrons were removed. Okay, let's try this one. Ion with a negative charge. How many electrons are in Br minus? This is the question. So, we know the bromine's atomic number would be 35. Use your periodic table, which means protons is 35. And the negative charge means electrons were gained. So we gained, believe it or not. And there's an invisible 1. So we're going to do 35. It's not minus 1, plus 1. It's the opposite of what you think. So it's your protons plus the charge. So you're going to get 36. So 36 equals electrons. Negative charge means extra electrons. No exceptions ever. All right? Determine the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons in O2 minus, oxygen 16. Okay. The atomic number... It's kind of like at the top of the letter in the periodic table. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. And the atomic number equals protons. So protons equals 8. Neutrons is the mass number minus the atomic number. What's the mass number? 16. When they give that to you, that's the mass number. So 16 minus the atomic number of 8 is 8. So neutrons equals 8. Okay, so O2 minus, did it lose or gain 2 electrons? Gain 2 electrons. All right, so we got protons, we got neutrons. So it's 2 plus 2 something for electrons. It's going to be 8, right? Because if you look at our formula, you'll know that we are dealing with electrons, which is the atomic number of 8 protons, plus the charge of 2. 8 plus 2 is what? It's 10. So, we got 10 electrons. All right, 8, 8, 10. Notice how the charge never affects protons or neutrons, only electrons. Okay, let's do the next one. An ion has 17 protons, 18 neutrons, and a -1 charge. Identify the ion. So you have 17 protons. That means you have chlorine from the atomic number. Now, mass number, I know, is protons plus neutrons. So 17 plus 18, which is 35. And a -1 really means that you gained 1 electron. So I know I'm done with chlorine, and it's a -1 charge. This is a classic Gen Chem exam question. They give you pieces, and they see if you panic. Look out, y'all. Let's do the next one. How many electrons are in Fe3 positive? So it's iron's atomic number, which is what? It's going to be 26, if you look at the periodic table, which means protons is 26. And I see a +3, which is the opposite. It would be -3. So to get electrons, I'm going to do 26 minus 3. So electrons equals 23. Do not overthink transition metals. Atomic number never changes. How many neutrons are in N3 minus nitrogen 14? Okay. So we got our mass number of 14. Okay. So atomic number of nitrogen, if you look at the periodic table, it's 7. Okay. So they want neutrons. So neutrons is protons minus there you go. So with neutrons, the formula, if you look back, you'll remember that it's the mass number minus the atomic number. So we got our mass number of 14 minus the atomic number of 7. Or you could say minus proteins. So when you do 14 minus 7, right, you're going to get 7. Charge does not affect neutrons. So neutrons is 7. Charge is irrelevant for neutrons. This is where people second guess themselves. Let's do rapid fire, but, get through it. We're going to do rapid fire, but I'm still showing all the work. This is how exam feels. N3 minus. Let's find the protons. Okay, so we got an atomic number. Instead of writing atomic number, you may just see it written. You'll just see it written like that. That would be 7 on the periodic table. To get electrons, you're going to take the atomic number and +3. Make this the opposite. It's not -3, it's going to be +3. So electrons would be 10. Okay, calcium. The atomic number is what? Check your periodic table. 20. So protons is 20, which means that the electrons would be 20, the atomic number, +2 or -2? -2. So electrons equals 18. Notice the pattern? Okay, bromine, what's the atomic number? 35. So how do I get the electrons? 35. There's an invisible 1 right there. Is it -1 or +1? +1. So electrons equals... I'm doing rapid fire. 36. Notice the pattern. Same steps every time, different numbers. If you slow down and follow the rules in order, these questions become some of the easiest points on the exam. Remember, protons never change, neutrons depend on mass, electrons respond to charge. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with me and writing it out with me. I work for you guys, so if you guys have any suggestions, please write them down in the comments. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please stay tuned for more. And know STEM is for everybody, especially you. All right.